going, Jera Bears? I'm Jera Sky. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. Today, we are going to be talking about plastic and ways that I avoid it, things that I think about. Plastic. Maybe some stuff that you haven't thought of avoiding it, because if you already haven't seen any, there's been Vice documentaries, there's Misc documentaries all over YouTube about how plastic is ending up in a whole bunch of ocean animals and they're dying. And it's not good. It's just getting worse and worse and worse. Just worse. That trash island that's in the middle of the ocean, plastic island, Google that, is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's a problem. It's that happening. We gotta fix it. Okay, so let's talk about things that you could do. Well, number one, just being a minimalist, you can that'll severely cut down your intake of what you're using for plastics, like the plastics that you're taking. You're not just buying all kinds of cheap crap from the freaking dollar store and just filling your house with technically toxic chemicals all over it. Plastic's chemicals, you know that, right? It's not healthy. It's not healthy for you. But some of the ways that I strictly avoid it, aside from just being minimalist, is being more conscious about the things that I buy. So for example, I do carry around this little sporky thing. It's a little bamboo spork for when I'm out and about, if I get something out to eat, like say if I get Whole Foods food bar. If I remember that I have this, I don't always remember, most of the time I do. Instead of grabbing one of their free little plastic sporks, I will use this guy, and that, boom, keeps me from wasting all that stuff. Because if you watched my Minimalist Kitchen series a few months ago, you saw how I got a straw from Whole Foods that has lasted months. And that's a one-off straw. People every single day probably get more than one of those, especially those of you who are addicted to Starbucks or any sort of juice drinks. You're getting those disposable straws every day and just chucking them. And they're not disposable. We just call them disposable because they're manufactured cheap enough for people to be okay with you throwing that away. It's not because it's actually disposable and it's fine. It's not fine. You need to be thinking about that. But one of the things I am going to do is get those stainless steel straws. I just haven't been able to find them. I think they're on Amazon. I would like to get it in store, so I always get worried about ordering on Amazon, getting counterfeit items. Another documentary about that, check that out, counterfeit culture. I would like to get some of those reusable straws, because the paper straws that they sell don't work. My toothbrush. So I just got this recently. This is like, I think it's called Boie, or B-O-I-E. The point of this toothbrush is that you're only throwing this away. And this is like silicone, so it's not plastic. What is silicone? I don't really know what silicone is. There are other toothbrushes you can get too, say at Whole Foods or your natural grocery store, that are made out of bamboo. Not the ones made out of recycled yogurt cups, because that's still creating a problem of throwing away plastic. So this, you'll keep this, you'll only get rid of this part, and then you'll replace the head. So it's less waste. Because why are we getting rid of the stick all the time? The stick is fine. The stick is fine. It's fine. You don't need to get rid of the stick, you just need the top. I only have one piece of silverware in the house for eating, and it's made out of metal. So as you can see, like when I buy my things for using for at home, I used to always use dollar store stuff that was plastic. Probably is super killing me. Now I don't. I'll be more conscious about the materials I get. Because if I get rid of this can be melted back down and turned into something else, because it's aluminum, titanium. It's metal, it's reusable. It can be turned into something else, or somebody else can use it. Better than plastic. Along with kitchen stuff, we also will get mason jars to drink out of, or I'll use this for hot tea even, and possibly put a paper towel around it if it's too hot. It's too hot. And then the great thing about this that I feel like most people just completely ignore is there's measurements on here. So this is also a measuring cup. If you're baking or whatever, there you go, 1 cup, right there. It's a drink, there's a container to store stuff in, and a measuring cup. This is a jack of all trades, baby. That's why do we ever get rid of these? Because we were stupid. And as you know, before I showed you my kitchen series that I had a wood bowl. I haven't been able to find the wood bowl I want here. I haven't replaced that yet because I couldn't fit it in my luggage, unfortunately. Should have shipped it back, but I didn't. I bought this glass bowl, And it does have a top, which does have plastic, unfortunately, but since it's reusable, it's serving double purpose. And again, this is a resource that can be turned into something else when it's done, and it's gonna last me a lot longer so long as I don't drop it. It is heavy, I'm probably gonna drop it, and that's how it's gonna die. When you get bags from going out to eat, do not throw them away. You can murder somebody with them. Don't murder anybody. Okay, but reuse these. For a big portion of time, this is not sponsored, For a long portion of time, we would just reuse these bags in the bathroom. So why buy a trash bag for the bathroom if they're giving them away for free everywhere? Although here in Los Angeles and Hollywood, they have a plastic bag ban, so they will only give you paper bags, but you have to buy them to force you to reuse. That's the other thing I have. They will force you to buy, so they can encourage you to buy reusable bags. And I got this from Whole Foods, and this bad boy, you know how I love Stuff It sacks. I swear it is. I bring this grocery shopping all the time. So I rarely have to buy bags. Booyah! And another way I cut down on my plastic intake, because I don't know about you, but they always come out with so many cool sunglasses, and sunglasses are so cool. But you know what? I was like, ugh. Keep it up with the trends of the sunglasses, and then if you don't have the stuff that's current, then you just look like you have old stuff. Nobody likes that, so I just found stuff that I thought was nice. These are Sungod Sunglasses, and yes, these are plastic, but they're unbreakable. So these are expensive. They're like $100, and they're a company out of the UK, but like they look cool. You can pick custom colors, you can do custom colors, so you can tailor it exactly to you, make it your kind of thing. So you can have one color on this side, you can have one color on this side, this be a color, different color lenses. It's very, very cool. And then different color little emblems. This seems expensive, right? It seems expensive. $100 on sunglasses. These are plastic, but they're unbreakable, so I'm not gonna break them because I don't know about you, but I was breaking sunglasses very consistently because they're made out of cheap plastic, or just buying cheap sunglasses and they're cheap and they break, and that's the point of them, so you keep buying more. Anyways, they're $100, but I won't have to replace these for like years. And you can replace just the lenses. So you keep this part, you could potentially keep this part forever. The only reason I had to buy a new pair is because I lost the other pair. I think somebody stole them from me because they're awesome. But I lost them and I had to replace them. It's the only reason I bought new ones. I don't use tampons or pads anymore. I have reusable pads that I bought on Etsy. You can get, and then you just throw them in the washer, and they're clean, and you don't have to be getting all these pads all the time because it adds up, and there is plastic on there to put the adhesive on. So you are still buying plastic if you're buying pads. And then tampons, and I don't know if any of you ever use Tampax, but they come in those plastic things that make it so smooth and slick to get in there, but that's a ton of plastic. This was a life changer, is getting a menstrual cup. Be careful, you gotta look into the cups because not all of them, some of them do animal testing. It saved me so much money. It has saved me so much money on not having to buy all these tampons, all these pads, and honestly, less leaks. You know that, ladies? Less leaks. If you haven't tried it, at first it's uncomfortable and you don't wanna be going all up in there and doing all that, but let me tell you, it's going to help so much for the environment and so much for you, just being like, this is so much easier. This time of the month isn't such a pain in the like it used to be, okay? Yeah. The water bottles and all that. For the most part, when I stick to a more raw diet, I will get most all of my water from my fruit. So that way I'm not buying plastic water bottles as often as I was before. And yes, you could invest into a reusable container. I will a lot of times just use the mason jar, although it is heavy, so I was just like, I'd rather just buy watermelon and eat watermelon, and that's better because that water's filtered anyways. It's fresher and better and it's got everything you need in it. So that's one way we try to avoid it. And then when we buy water for the house, we do buy a bigger, like 2.5 gallon jug for the house, as opposed to just bottles. So that helps take it down a little bit. Still not great. We are planning on doing some water delivery service, so that way they reuse the container and that, so we're not creating any waste, but everything in due time. So whatever you do, just be more conscious about the things you're buying in plastic, and you'll notice more things come in plastic than you think they do. The less you buy, the better you're doing. One more way that I am very careful about bringing plastic into the house, you might not think of, is your clothing. So these are made out of cotton. It is very important that you don't buy clothes made out of plastic. So I think, for example, polyester is plastic. That's why it's so hot. Polyester is plastic, so when you throw or get rid of those clothes, that does become a form of plastic waste. Especially if nobody ends up using it, it's got holes in it, stain, or whatever, it's a waste. It's plastic. Try to get cotton, because it can be broken down in the environment. If it does somehow make it off the trash truck into the ocean, which magically tons of stuff does, it's not just like, oh, once in a while, all the time it is happening. Be more conscious about the clothes you're buying. Don't just buy crap. They're peddling us crap. And if you keep supporting the crap, they'll keep making the crap. If you stop supporting it, they'll stop making the stuff that is destroying the world and is destroying your closet because you're buying too much shit. Anyways, buy something very expensive that you really like and you're gonna wear the shit out of. Instead of something that you're like, oh, that's cute. Oh my god, I'm gonna wear this on Friday night and that's it. And it's gonna sit in my closet for 3 years. And then I'm like, I don't wear this, I'm getting rid of this. Don't do that. Stop doing that. It's not good. Sorry, I yelled at you. Sorry. It's so easy to, in the bigger purchases of your life, avoid it. There are things that are a little bit more unavoidable, but if you make some more conscious decisions in your spending, you can minimize your plastic intake. Invest in better furniture that's made out of wood. It's sturdy, that'll last for ever. Invest in things, because even though it seems expensive up front, you won't have to buy things for years. Thus, it costs less than plastic. Okay? So I hope this video has been helpful, and if you liked it, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to put some comments in the comment section down below so I know you enjoyed it and what you think, and if you thought it was weird. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe because we're doing better, baby, and there is lots more videos are coming. I gotta go! Some of you are paying that already for... Are you kidding? Some of you are already paying that for sunglasses because you want the designer names and, you know. Oh, are you kidding?